Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this episode, or this video rather. I'm Jimbo, and today we're going to be trying out and doing a durability test on this new product here. This is Adams Ceramic Spray Coating 9H. This is their 8-ounce bottle, and this 8-ounce bottle cost $40 shipped, and they have a 16-ounce option that is about $80 shipped. Of course, Adams is always running a special, so you could usually always save about 15% off on that. Sometimes you could get free shipping and all that. So I want to point out before we get into the application process of this video and show you a couple important things that are already going on with this bottle that may be a good sign, and I'll show those later. But we're going to do a couple different things in this video that I haven't yet seen in other videos done. So I've prepped the panel by wiping the whole entire thing with G-Technic's panel wipe, and I also, before I did that, I used a company called Surfaces, their alcohol wipe, and completely stripped the panel of anything. Any oils, any waxes, nothing. So the panel is completely bare. After I did that, I taped off a section of the panel and then covered the left-hand side of the panel with the towel to make sure that I did not get any overspray on the panel, on that half of the panel, because we're going to really beat this product up, see what it's worth. A couple other things that I wanted to show you that I did. I sprayed and left a high spot on the closest side of the panel. So I intentionally, right below that lower body line there, I wiped it once but left a high spot. I did that because I wanted to see how hard it would be, or how hard this coating would actually be, and would that be possible to remove that high spot down the line. I also took the towel and made a couple sprays on top of the towel of the coating, and then did not wipe it. So I want to see, is the product hardening in the towel? Again, to show us if it's hardening. So I did that. And so what we're going to do with this now, and I've pulled out the sprayer nozzle that has the coating in it. So I want to see, is it going to harden in the sprayer? So what I've done is applied it to the right side half of that panel. I'm going to let that set for a couple days. They're kind of vague on what the cure time is, so I'm going to let that set up for a couple days, and then I'm going to beat it to crap and see what it's made of, show you what the beads look like, show you if it can withstand chemical, and just play with it and have some fun. So let's get started. Now, it's important to note, you do not want to smell the coating. Do not do a sniffy sniff test on this at all. Do not smell it. And in fact, if you do smell it, you're probably going to burn your nose hairs. That's exactly what happened to me. I took a big whiff because a lot of Adams products smell really good, and it smells horrendous if you do the sniffy sniff test. So I definitely recommend wearing gloves, wearing a mask. Do not smell it. Now, it's interesting though, when you spray it onto the panel or spray it onto the towel, it doesn't smell that bad. You can definitely tell they tried to add some sort of scent to it, but do not do a sniffy sniff test with this product.
All right, so on to the application of the Adams ceramic spray on this black panel. And first, I'm going to use G-Technic panel wipe. This is basically an alcohol wax and grease remover. So I'm going to spray it all over this bare panel that's already been polished and compounded and completely free and removed of everything. But still, I want to use a wax and grease remover to make sure I'm getting it completely clean and really taking this as serious as I would with a ceramic coating. So this is just a fresh new towel, G-Technic panel wipe, and removing any remaining oils that may be on the surface. From there, I'm going to add this tape line. So on the right side, I'm going to apply the Adams ceramic coating. On the left side, I'm going to leave it completely bare, stripped, bare clear coat. And then again, like I said, on the right side, I'm going to add the Adams ceramic spray. For the Adams ceramic spray, I'm going to use a fresh towel. They only recommend, or at least in the videos that I've watched, they say it can be applied using only one towel. So that's what I have right there, is a fresh, clean towel. Remove the tags. I folded it in a few directions to ensure that I'm not reusing the side. Obviously, the 8-ounce bottle of the Adams ceramic spray, and then the sprayer that it comes with. Also comes in a 16-ounce size, but I only picked up the 8-ounce. So, and then I use this bigger drying towel to cover the bare side of the clear coat, so I don't get any overspray onto that side for false reading. I'm going to apply or stick the sprayer in. One quick note, you can see right around here, right around the bottle. Now this should be a clear frosted bottle, but it's browning or orangey. Now it could be from the color, or it could be from a reaction happening in the bottle. Just an interesting thing to note. Again, it gave me hope because there may be something happening in that bottle to make the bottle itself discolor. Just my observation, nothing too serious. So I'm going to spray it directly onto the panel. They say you can spray it on the panel or you could spray it directly into the towel, but since I wanted to get it as even of a coverage as possible, I decided to spray it directly on the panel, and that's why I have that big drying towel. I wanted to let it set up and see if it was rainbowing like traditional coatings do, and you could see the spray is rainbowing. So, and even when I do that initial wipe, it's rainbowing like ceramic coatings do. It also is rainbowing like OptiSeal does. So one of the future tests I want to do is OptiSeal versus this stuff. But that is all very, very good signs. Now the wipe off for the residue, very smooth. Very, very smooth wipe off, and it also does make the panel pretty smooth underneath the towel as well. But I was excited to see that rainbowing. Adds nice depth and gloss, kind of hard to tell on the panel, but comes off very smooth. Now what I wanted to do, and kind of went back to wiping it off, what I want to do and what you'll see here is I leave a high spot on the bottom of the panel closest to us right now, or closest to you looking. I'm going to spray it right there, and I'm going to only do one wipe. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that high spot right there to see how hard it is to remove a high spot later. I'm also going to spray the towel directly to see if the towel hardens. These are two things that happen with traditional ceramic coatings that I want to see if happens with Adams coating. So I left the high spot. You can see it rainbowing right there. And again, another spritz on the towel to see if the fibers of that towel harden like a traditional ceramic coating. So what will this tell us? Well, when we go back and look, if the fibers don't harden from the towel, when does the coating harden? That would be my question. If the high spot can be removed, and what we'll see later in the video, can I remove it with just a wet towel? Because if you can remove it with just a wet towel, again, it's not truly that hard, or at least when I wouldn't venture to say that it's that hard. So two things to look at. I'm good with the bottle seemingly having a reaction inside the bottle, discoloring the bottle, but I will see if the sprayer gets hard, if the towel gets hard, and how hard it is to remove that high spot. Right, so let's look at the initial water beading. Again, this has been curing for about, I'd say 72 hours. They're not real clear on how long it should cure for, but let's look at the water beading behavior. The right side has Adams, the left side nothing. So as you can see, pretty nice water beads there on the right side compared to the really nothing on the right. Nice beads, no real water sheeting, but nice consistent round beads, considerably more than on the left side that has nothing on it. And again, this argument of water beads has kind of been brought up in the comments, and it makes for a good argument. You know, water beads aren't necessarily the best thing ever because they create water spots. So let's do it again. Look at it. So some nice water beads on that right side. So if you're looking for water beading and a really easy application, you can definitely find it in this one. So let me get my drying towel here. Dry this panel off, and we'll beat it up with some products. As you can see, even with that one swipe, granted the towel was fresher on the right side, but any kind of protection or ceramic protection especially is going to make the car not only easier to clean, but easier to dry as well. So, all right, the first order of business that I'm going to hit it with is the Griots iron and fallout remover. And if you see this video compared to the Adams, it was very similar. Get the residue off. Ooh. As you can see, it took a significant beating just from that, just from the iron remover. But there may be some residue on there. As you can see, the beating pattern is completely gone.
Still looks better than the other side.
But let's wipe it down with water or my wet rag and see if there's any. I'm not going to do any ONR or any rinseless or waterless. I'm just going to simply hit it with the wet rag to see if there's any residue left. But that would, I don't know, man. It'd be kind of disappointing with just an iron remover if that got knocked down. And I don't know why they had to add the term 9H. Really wanted to like it. It went on really smooth. Actually, I'm going to hold back my opinion and just let the effects or the demo do the talking. So, all right, let's see that now. Okay. So now we're getting more sheeting. So the iron remover may have been hiding a little bit of it. I'm not going to say it was, because look at how much different the water behavior is on that. And again, water beating doesn't necessarily mean that there's no protection. If the water's not beating, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no protection there. Just for video purposes, it's the easiest way to kind of show it. So you can see the water is still evaporating when I wipe it at a nice rate. Let's see if, moving forward to the Super Clean in the purple bottle, see if the Super Clean changes it at all. I will say that there was a significant difference in smoothness from panel to panel pre-hitting it with all this stuff. So let's move on to the Super Clean. Let's wipe it in here. Look at that. Let's get this residue off. See, it looks like in previous videos we've learned this too, that the Super Clean does tend to kind of hold onto the surface. You can see it's sheeting a little bit faster, but I think there's quite a bit of residue still on the surface. So let's wipe it with the wet rag. Over. And let's get the hose back out again. Let's see if it's broken down by now. Let's see here. Sorry, I keep nailing it. So it's, again, gone to sheeting water. It's definitely still sheeting water faster on the right side than the left side, but the water beads have gone. But you could see how much faster, significantly faster in the sheeting of water, which may indicate that it's still there. And you could definitely see how much less water is on the right side than the left. Again, I'm holding back on my personal opinion too much. If I had to guess my personal opinion, I would say it's gone. That would be my guess, especially when we saw those nice round beads. But if you look at it, there is less water on the surface. There's just no, so the protection could still be there. And again, just for the purpose of these videos, water beating behavior is really the only thing that we could do to show it. Yes, I guess you could. Oh, well, coating isn't even going to register on a thickness gauge, so I don't really know any other option to prove that the coating is there or is not. If you have an option, if you have a way of doing that, let me know. All right, let's move on to the Black Magic Bleach White in the white bottle. I'm not sure if the coating's there or not anymore, but again, for testing purposes. I think the iron remover did quite a number on it. So definitely gone. Even after the iron remover, which is kind of disappointing because a lot of other products have held up through the iron remover, including the turtle wax, spray wax. Right, hit it with the wet towel. That looks even more flat. But again, there may be residue. But that looks even flatter. But look at it when I'm wiping it. Look at the rate of the evaporation of the water versus the nothing side. It is still evaporating water much quicker than the side with nothing. And that's interesting because even though we're not seeing the water beating behavior, the rate of evaporation is more.
I have a question.
But that's about as flat as it gets. Yes? We have a question from the audience.
Question from the audience. Do coatings have waxes in them?
It's a different type. Like carnauba?
Or like just waxing properties? Because what if the paint still has the coating on it, but like the wax of the filler is gone, and then that's why.
Well, the argument could be
it's
is
not
that
beading, but it's
right.
There's slight difference.
There's definitely still a difference. So there's no carnauba, there's no natural waxes. A coating is a fully synthetic paint protection, right? So whereas a traditional wax is more of a natural, like carnauba's natural. A natural element, not a synthetic element. So a coating is fully synthetic, which is supposed to be more durable. So it is doing something because it's so you're right. I could have just gotten rid of the hydrophobic properties, and the coating, the base layer of coating itself could still be there, and that because there still is a difference, though we're not seeing the water beating, the water is evaporating off the surface faster, which to me would mean that there is
Protection.
some sort of protection on there because it has changed the surface tension enough to make it evaporate quicker or get water off quicker.
So do they put like fillers in?
Not really fillers,
or like something to like make it
bond to the surface. Yeah, so there's stuff that makes it bond and create a harder shell. But down here I left a high spot and it wiped off with just water, which a traditional coating, like out of a small bottle, would not. That would not. The rainbow effect would not go off like that. What would be interesting to see is if we could bring back those hydrophobic properties, though. So let's do something fun.
with like just a quick spray wax or something?
Yeah, let's
Give her a good shake.
the Meguiar's ceramic wax. Let's just.
That's a lot.
Apply it. That is kind of a lot, but let's apply it like that because I'm not going to rub it in. Because now we're just having fun. But now that we're playing with two different brands and kind of going off the reservoir here, if they're, according to the ceramic wax, you should just be able to spray and wipe once there's a base layer of protection. Granted, it's not a base layer of ceramic, Meguiar's ceramic wax, whatever it's called. But I wonder if just this will bring back the hydrophobic properties of the coating, which would be pretty cool. Let's see.
Yep.
And it kind of does. So it may still be there. Now, granted, you may be getting, the argument could be, you may be getting a false reading from the Meguiar's and not. So we may be seeing the properties of the Meguiar's and not the Adams. But when we did the test with the Meguiar's ceramic wax, and it was just the Meguiar's ceramic wax, when I sprayed it on and just rinsed it off, we didn't get any hydrophobic properties back. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below what you think. Is the Adams still there and we just lost the hydrophobic properties? Or is it completely gone and we're getting the reading from the Meguiar's. Obviously, we're probably getting a reading from the Meguiar's a little bit, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this torture test, what you guys think of the Adams 9H ceramic spray. Will you be picking it up? What do you think about this test? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on the next one.